Welcome to the Jim Show with your host, Jim. What I want to talk to you today about is what I'm going to call the spectrum of belief. Now, I have talked before about how important it is to choose your beliefs, and those beliefs, and the fact that you can choose, right? You can choose at any time to leave behind beliefs that don't serve you and choose new ones. Now, I think that they reside on a spectrum. I'm going to give you a heuristic for evaluating, your beliefs. So what I like to say is that you want to choose ones that are empowering, and the way that you do that is by looking at how much they are focused on abundance or focused on lack. So what do I mean by that? So if you have a lack-based belief, it would involve thinking that you are missing something, right? That you are not enough. So what pops to mind is organized religion, any of them, monotheism, polytheism. If you think that you are not enough and you have to place your faith in an outside entity that you've created, right? A god, goddess, what have you. That is a lack-based belief, right? You have to ask them for forgiveness. You have to ask them for help. You have to ask them, this outside entity, for something that you are missing in yourself, right? So this is our lack-based belief, and I'd also like to point out this is a subjective reality, lack-based focus, right? Because you are creating this thing that is not objective, this external entity. It's sometimes refers to as like the external savior myth. Like, I need help from some other source that's going to come save me and help me because I lack the ability to do that myself. So that's over here. This is like, when I think about organized religion, I think about professional sports turned up to like 11, right? We're all going to fight each other. We're all doing the same thing, right? We're all different facets of the exact same thing, like different soccer teams. And we all hate each other because that's just what we do over here, right? And soccer teams like to riot and fight each other after a game, and religions like to go out and kill each other and have crusades. So there's a whole lot of similarities if you want to look into that. Now, as you move towards the center of the spectrum, what I think you get to is an objective focus, like very objectively focused on reality. So this is your scientists, and you'll see that people tend to make this change, right? They come from perhaps being raised in an organized religion, and they reject that because it's a limiting belief that takes away their power, and they say, you know what? I am the only thing that's here. It's just me and this objective reality, and this is it. So there's less focus on lack here, and there's also not a lot of focus on abundance. You're kind of just saying that this is me, I'm the objective reality, and that's it. So it's kind of falling in the middle of this spectrum. And what follows next is a subjective focus, a subjective reality focus, but now on abundance, right? So this is like what I've been talking about with Bentinho's teachings about super accelerated living, right? I am the creator. I am the gardener. I'm out planting seeds, right? Do you see how that is like the exact opposite of this focus? In this focus, I'm asking the creator to help me, right? And this side, I am the creator, and I am planting the seeds of the future myself. So I'm totally focused on the abundance. I recognize the abundance around me. I am the creator of my life. So that's over here. This is very empowering. This is disempowering. And generally people, like I said, move this way. Sometimes that doesn't always happen, but that's generally what you see. Most people don't choose to go from an empowering focus to one that's less empowering. You don't see that often. But that being said, this does not really affect your ability to create reality, because, as we know, if we talk about law of attraction, it requires two things. It requires a belief, because the reality is that we're all here. We are all the actual creators of our existence. That's why we're able to create a God here that we believe in, right? Because that God is real for us in that existence. Because we have created the God. Because we are this creator. So we can create this reality if we want to. We can also create this one where it's just the objective reality is the whole reality, and that's how we'll see the world always. But the first key piece of law of attraction is a strong belief, a desire for a certain thing. And you have that, right? You can have that anywhere on here. And you can also have the second piece, which is taking action. So you can be a very high frequency individual over here and still accomplish and do a bunch of things that you want. It's just a less empowering way to do it. Will that limit you to some extent? Maybe. I'm not sure that it does. I think it maybe limits your scope. But if you earnestly believe in this reality and you take action in line with that belief, things will happen. You will make things happen, just like you can here as an objective individual, and you certainly obviously can over here. But you're probably concerned about different things, you know. Objective people are really concerned about, sometimes, about society, right? That's the objective world, is the society around us. That's not always the case, but I think you see that a lot. They're very much in the paradigm, dealing with the science, looking at what is happening in the current world, and so their focus is sometimes on those kind of things. Not always. None of this applies to everyone the same way. And then over here, people are usually less concerned about, let's say, stuff, right? You'll find a lot of people that just give away their things. You might also see that here on this subjective side, where they also realize that maybe they don't need stuff because a greater entity has said, I will take care of you and you don't need anything else. What is that greater entity? It's universe across the board, and just over here you recognize that that is you also, that you are an integral part of that. So I hope that's a helpful way to look at, you know, the beliefs that you have. It doesn't mean that you should change them necessarily, unless you feel like they're disempowering to you. And then I would say, throw them away. You don't need to keep them. You know, shift this way, jump from here to here, do whatever you want to do. But at least look at it. Look at it from a lack towards an abundance spectrum mindset, and evaluate your beliefs based on that, because that's what it is, right? That's what's going on. Do I believe that there is a hole in me that needs to be filled by some external thing, whatever it is? Like, am I spending my time looking for the love of my life so that I can be whole once I have found them? That is lack. That's over here on this side of the spectrum. Or do I recognize that I am an eternal creator of love? I'm a generator of everlasting love. That would be over here. And those are both beliefs on different ends of this spectrum. So again, think about the things that you believe in and whether they are lack-based or abundance-based. And if you don't like the way that they impact your life and that the empowerment or disempowerment that they provide, then get rid of them and choose new ones. See you tomorrow.